Hello, everybody. Joe Bag of Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of Summer Pockets Reflection Blue. Last time we left off, kind of got a little long in the tooth, I think, honestly, with that that last little segment with the whole run away from home, shit kids in the woods, little arc there. Hopefully, I didn't come across as, I don't know, disinterested as the episode went on, but it kind of, I don't want to say it overstayed its welcome. That's a little too harsh, but it was kind of like, okay, we get the point. You can wrap it up now. And probably not the best if it even gets to that point, but at least once it did, they, had the, the whatchamacallit, not the wherewithal, I guess maybe, the self I don't know, understanding to cut it off, wrap it all up, so that way it didn't become annoyingly long. But we got some good stuff out of it, some weird stuff too. I don't know about it being Umi's stand-in parental father figure. I think you're our boy here, Takahata, is, maybe biting off a little more than he can chew. A little more than he understands that he's doing. Because he's a stupid child as well. But hey, you live, you learn. We'll see how this eventually, ends up with a boot in his mouth, his own, of course. Man, I'm all over the place this morning. I just woke up. I got my interview thing for that college assignment later today. Oh, what else did I do yesterday? I made ice cream. I finally got out my ice cream maker, and I made some blackberry with chocolate shavings in it, which it was all right. I still have a lot of it I need to eat. The biggest thing with it though is apparently there's this thing called ice cream stabilizer, which helps prevent it from getting kind of water crystally. Because when I eat it right now, it's got a bit of a crunch to it from all the frozen little bits of water in there. And apparently ice cream stabilizer helps get rid of that and, makes it more like the store-bought, smooth and creamy. Which, don't get me wrong, this shit is extremely creamy. Because I made a custard base when I made it, so it's really good. In fact, I probably should have boiled the or at least soaked the blackberries in the base for longer before I actually made the ice cream, because I can taste it a little bit in there, but really the biggest flavor is oh, this is vanilla custard with blackberries and chocolate in it. Which I wanted the blackberries to come through a little bit more, so maybe next time I'll even kind of reduce it down and make kind of a blackberry syrup in that to kind of help bring out the flavor more. And I'll also need to get some of that stabilizer, which I think it's just guar gum or something. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's kind of right now I have it in the freezer. It's if you get the ice cream from the store, but then it melts and then it refreezes again, and it's more dense and a little harder. When I took my ice cream scoop to it, I couldn't stick it in and get one of those nice rounds, picturesque ice cream scoops. It's more I stick it in and it breaks off a chunk. It bends a little bit. It's not I'm chiseling at an ice block, but it definitely is a bit more dense and rigid than store-bought. So for the second batch, that'll be something I'll need to get. I don't even know if I can get it at the store. I'd probably have to get it off Amazon. Also, probably cut back on the vanilla extract a little bit. I only put a tablespoon in, but it's really coming through. And so is the custard flavor. I might need to do a little less custard next time. More heavy cream. Because when I was mixing it, it's oh damn, this shit smells like a creme brulee. Like, I could have probably poured it into the mold and put it in the oven and baked it and got a creme brulee out of that. But on the plus side, it means it tastes really fucking good. Don't get me wrong, it's like delicious. Like, it's a creme brulee taste with a little bit of ice cream. That's also vanilla chocolate and blackberry. Like, it's fucking good. It's just, could be improved. You know, this is the prototype. Next time, I'll get it. Anyway, let's continue on with Umi's right here, shall we? I have my coffee. Hopefully, once I get a couple sips in me, it'll kind of wake up my brain, and I can stop being so weird. At least that's what I feel like I am right now. Anywho, Flight of the Summer Bird.
この島のお祭りみたいなものね。
Said festival would apparently be taking place the very same day. I had no idea.
この1週間バタバタしてて話す機会がなかったのよね。でも島にとっては大事なお祭りだからみんな準備は進めていたのよ。
Huh. It really must be important then, yeah. Will there be food stalls and stuff?
そんなにいっぱいじゃないけどね。
I see. We chatted as we ate our breakfast. Umi-chan was eating with us, listening intently, and fidgeting around a bit. I figured she was pretty interested in the festival. Umi-chan?
何ですか？
Want to go check out the festival together?
別に私はお祭りなんて。
Don't be a stick in the mud. I'd like to go with you, though.
じゃあはい行きます。
Yeah, let's.
あらあら、いつの間にかすっかり仲良くなっちゃって。
京子さんも一緒にどうですか？
Yeah, Umi, whatever you do, do not call me Papa in front of Kyoko. That's gonna make things really fucking uncomfortable.
2人で行ってきて。あ、もしよかったらリンゴ飴買ってきてくれる？
Ugh. I don't like candied apples. I think they're gross. Got it. Will do. Alright. Let's hit up all the stalls today. Well, there's probably going to be like 5 of them, so it's going to be pretty easy to do. And so, Umi-chan and I ended up going out to the festival together. When we arrived at the harbor, I was surprised to see how many people were around. Whoa, quite the crowd, huh?
本当ですね。
I heard that it was a famous and vital festival for the island, but apparently it was an even bigger deal than I thought. Various stalls were set up here and there in clumps.
お父さん、リンゴ飴買って。
たこ焼きは食べないのか？
Yeah, well, he wants that too.
どっちも食べる。
Yeah.
欲張りだな。
お父さん、足疲れた。
しょうがないな。ほれ、背中乗れ。
The island kids were enjoying themselves and being doted upon by their family so thoroughly, it was almost like the other day's commotion never happened at all. Seeing the islanders' family bonds on display like that, it was really charming and put me in a good mood. Umi-chan looked dazzled as she watched the islanders, and maybe a little bit uncomfortable. She might have been feeling like they were living in a totally different world than her. Come on, let's find something to eat too. What do you want? I'll buy you anything you want, just for today. I deliberately raised my voice to try to pick up Umi-chan's spirits back up. But she didn't reply. Far from it, actually. She gave me a dissatisfied look. What's that face supposed to mean?
子供扱い。
I mean, you're like 12, so... Well, I am trying to be your stand-in dad, at least in spirit. If we don't want anything here, we can always go somewhere else. I was about to walk off, but then I felt a tug in my shirt. Umi-chan?
箸巻き
What?
食べたいです。
What's a hashimaki? A hashimaki? I followed Umi-chan's gaze to a nearby stall. There was something what looked like really thin okonomiyaki wrapped around disposable chopsticks. Huh. I guess those are hashimaki? Talk about a weird food. But, got it. I'll go buy some, so wait here. Even though she could never be honest about her feelings, she still told me what she wanted to eat. And that felt sort of nice. I bought 2 hashimaki and we ate them together as we walked along. It tasted like okonomiyaki and was really chewy and tasty.
海ちゃん
I heard a voice and saw the youth association all grouped up and coming in our direction.
海も来てたのか。
はい一人よかったら一緒に回る
Hold up. You know I'm here, right? You're doing this on purpose, right?
冗談よ冗談
でも2人が一緒にいるのって珍しいよな。
I mean, I'm basically babysitting, you know?
子守と言われるのは不満のようだぞ。
Yeah.
私は別にいいって言ったんですけど高原さんがどうしても一緒に行きたいっていうので
Oh, is that how it went? I was pretty sure you're the one who had I want to go to the festival written all over your face, though.
まあ行きたかったですけど
Oh, wow. You're being
だ
honest.
ってパパが何でも買ってくれるって言ってました
Not in
か
front of my
ら
friends. I tell you not to call me that, dummy.
ほう。
Yeah.
なかなか香ばしい呼ばせ方ね
Yeah. Now they're acting like I'm the one making you say it. Wait, hold your fire.
パパ。
ハイリー、勇者と愚者の境目は
Mm-hmm.
見極めた方がいいぜ。
Which side am I on right now?
言わなきゃわからねえか？
Sounds like I'm a fool then.
パパたい焼き買って
Cut it out, please. They're definitely putting all that blame for this on me.
そうですか父親代わりみたいに思ってくれてもいいって言ってくれたんで
Uh-huh.
ちょっと甘えすぎました
Yeah, twist the knife. Umi-chan?
高原さん落ち込んでた私を励ましてくれたんですなので皆さんが思ってるような変なことじゃないですよちょっとだらしないけど高原さんいい人ですから
Oh, wait, crap. I'm actually pretty happy to hear that.
もちろん分かってるわよ
高原疑ってなんてないぞ。
ハイリーは身も心も男前だからな。
Mm-hmm. Try looking me in the eye when you say that, everyone.
何？パパじゃなかったのか？
Nothing rattles you, does it?
じゃあお父さんたい焼き食べよ
Say what?
パパじゃなければいいのかなって
I mean, look at our ages, right? Come on.
それもそうですねお兄ちゃんくらいにしておきましょうか
That's a bit embarrassing too, but, well, I guess it's fine.
お兄ちゃんだと？
For some reason, Rochi really reacted to that one. I had a feeling we shouldn't hang around with them for much longer. Umi-chan, there's a taiyaki stall right over there. Let's go. I took Umi-chan's hand and set off at a run.
高原さん
Later, everyone. We gotta get away from these weirdos. I deliberately plunged into the crowd to lose them. I kept a firm hold on Umi-chan's hand to make sure she didn't get lost,
言っ
though.
ちゃった
別にパパでもいいと思うのだがな。
お兄ちゃんより健全だぜ。
あんた何言ってんの
どうした天然。
いや、あの二人。ああ見えて息の合った年の差混合ダブルスだなと思ってな。
Okay.
よくわからんが、なんとなく言いたいことはわかるぞ。
It felt like all sorts of things had sort of started working out for me ever since I arrived here. Something might have changed when I came to this island. Maybe the reason I could see that all of a sudden was because something had changed inside of me and myself. The summer breeze was as warm and comfortable as ever. Oh, well, that was a nice little quick one. It happened while we were eating breakfast.
まだお腹いっぱいです
I mean, you did totally stuff yourself with stall food yesterday.
だって好きなだけ買っていいって言いましたよ
Go ask Kyoko-san if she has any, like, medicine for, like, bloat. You know, she's an older woman. She must have something in stock. I mean, sure. That was just for appearance's sake. Didn't think you'd really go that for,
出た
really go
大
for
人
it. Too many words. Yeah, I don't want to be an adult. Yeah, they have to work and pay taxes. It sucks.
仲良くなったみたいね。
And eventually your hair starts falling out, and then your car breaks down, and you gotta pay for it yourself. It's like, dude, this shit fucking sucks. Oh, you think so?
全然仲良くないです。
Right?
はい。
Having reached a consensus, we looked back to the TV. The morning news was on. There hadn't been any major incidents recently, so they were reporting on sporting events and the like. I felt my breath catch in my throat.
ん高原さん
The hand I held my spoon in began to tremble. The current story on the news. It was about the National High School Swimming Tournament.
ハイリ君どうしたの？
No, it's nothing. For a second, my emotions were thrown into disorder, but I pulled myself together a moment later. I had nothing to do with all that anymore. I was reborn on this island. But as I was telling myself that, the announcer read out the name of a certain school. Huh? It was my own high school. My own swim team that failed to break through the prefectural tournament last year thanks to my screw-up. This year, they made it through the preliminaries and were off to a splendid start at the national tournament. I see. I couldn't help but laugh. After all, in the end, they were better off without me. I see. Huh? How weird. Just a few minutes ago, I was having a nice, pleasant breakfast. Now, all of a sudden, my body felt distant and unsteady. I was sitting down, but it felt like I was falling. It felt like my core was rapidly freezing over.
どうしたんですか
It's nothing, really. I answered vacantly and set my still mostly full plate of fried rice down on the table. I set down my spoon next to it.
あら、もう食べないの？
Sorry, I don't really have much of an appetite either.
高原さんだって昨日食べ過ぎたんですよ。
Haha. You might be right there. I'm in no position to tell you off, huh? I feel like I'm really weirdly monotone today. Maybe I need to sit up more. Maybe it's because I'm hunched over. Ugh. Let me try having a sip of my coffee. Ugh. You know, that's what I get for trying to record so early in the morning. You know, need to be up for more, you know, let the blood flow around, get my brain, you know, going. You know, it's a slow starter. Gotta warm up the coils, you know. See, look, I'm even trying to do a bit, and I can't even do it right now. This is how bad I am. Stood up as I replied. Sorry, I'll be in my room for a bit. You can leave the fried rice there. I'll eat the rest later. At least put it in the fridge. Umi-chan looked like she wanted to say something, but I looked away and practically fled to my room. The moment I was alone in my room, a deep and oppressive gloom came over me. I let out a long, silent breath, too quiet to be a sigh. I wished I could just keep breathing out until my whole body was totally flat and deflated. I did my best to keep it together in front of Umi-chan and Kyoko-san, but they probably noticed I was acting weird, and in a different way than you normally act weird. I couldn't bring myself to care in the moment, though. I collapsed to the floor and stared up at the ceiling. I felt empty inside. And yet, in spite of my emptiness, an uncountable number of strange, hazy feelings filled my heart. I could barely sit still. I rolled over again and again, but the haze restlessly wouldn't go away. Far from it, it spread further and further, permeating my whole body. My body grew heavy, and my heart soon followed. Even moving felt like too much of a hassle to bother with. I'll take a nap. I wanted to, anyway, but even after I closed my eyes, I didn't feel sleepy in the least. Even though normally I was out like a light the second I closed them. The news footage from before played out again on the inside of my eyelids. Damn it. I realized that I was crying. I I kept rolling over again and again, trying to shake it off.
高原さん、
Sleep continued to elude me until the afternoon when Umi-chan came to visit.
起きてますか？
Yeah, I am. I was planning on pretending to be asleep and ignoring her, but I answered on reflex. Need something?
いえ、朝、なんだか様子がおかしかったから、
I guess she was worried and came to check in on me.
具合悪いですか？もしかして風邪とか？
No, I'm fine. They say idiots can't catch colds, you know.
そうですけど、高原さん、バカじゃないですし。
Nah, I am an idiot, alright. The biggest idiot I know.
もし元気ならですけど、買い物行きたいんですけど、ついてきてもらってもいいですか？
Shopping? Honestly, I wasn't feeling up for it at all, but
ダメですか？
nah, I'll go. Really, I don't want to do anything at all. But I had a feeling that if I rejected Umi-chan here, I'd really have nothing left. The trust I was probably sure I'd built up between us would vanish. I was afraid of losing that. Let's go together. What is this feeling anyway? Didn't quite feel the same as affection. It was like a part of me was begging to be around another person. I didn't want to ruin that smile of hers. I never wanted anybody to lose something thanks to me ever again. Never again. Sure is hot again today. After we wrapped up our shopping, Umi-chan and I took a break at the candy store. Umi-chan was eating a melon bar, while I had a bowl of shaved ice. We staved off the heat and our own exhaustion together.
かき氷溶けてますよ。
Ah! The bite of shaved ice I scooped up was dribbling onto the ground. Or rather, onto my pants. Yeah, that's gonna stain.
ああ、もう大人なのにしょうがないですね。
Yeah, and adults have a lot of hard, complicated things to think about. Umi-chan wiped the sugary liquid off my pants with her handkerchief. My bad. I really am pathetic, aren't I? Ah, sorry. What was it?
ずっと上の空です。つまらないですか？
No, not that. I'm having loads of fun.
本当に大丈夫ですか？
She wasn't laughing at me, or was she looking down on me? From her expression, I could tell that she was genuinely worried. Being worried about like that just made me feel even more pathetic. Sorry, but I'm fine. Totally fine, really. I forced a smile. I'm an adult after all. What kind of failure of a grown-up would make a kid worry about them? But Umi-chan didn't smile back at me.
心配事があるなら話してほしいです。私じゃ頼りないかもしれないけど。
Seeing her act all considerate sent another shock of pain through my heart. No, really, I'm fine. I've been saying I'm fine over and over again for ages at that point. I couldn't come up with anything better to say on the spot. So who am I trying to convince that I'm fine anyway? Walking around with you like this has made me feel a bit better. So, I'm fine. Ah, crap, I said it again. It's pretty obvious that Umi-chan wasn't buying my excuses. I couldn't bear the suspicious gaze, and looked up at the sky. Talk about nice weather, right? The sky was dazzlingly blue.
なんか高原さん空に消えてっちゃいそうです。
Huh? I looked back down. There was a trace of agitation to Umi-chan's worried gaze. Don't worry, Umi, this isn't one. You know, we're not gonna disappear to, you know, the sky anytime soon. Come on. As if that ever happened, right?
本当にですか？
Yeah, you'd have to be stuck up there. You must have wings or something. Yeah, really. Suddenly, I didn't feel so confident. I was getting a bit worried that I really might up and vanish myself. I think I'm gonna go cruise around for a bit.
マラソンですか？
Nah, on the cub, I mean. Sort of feel like feeling the wind in my face right now. Yeah, riding the cub around might be just the thing to clear my mind. I rode the cub here and there, all over the island, without a real goal in mind. I thought it would help me clear my mind, but it didn't. At all. In the end, the cub suddenly decelerated with a sad little puffing noise, then came to a dead stop. Out of gas, huh? I got off the bike. Thought about pushing it home for a moment, but then I suddenly changed my mind. Oh, the sea. Yeah, it'd probably be easier to just like go get a jerry can and like have like a gallon of gas and then just fill it up and ride it back. I aimlessly wandered down to the beach. I felt an impulse to see the ocean up close. I stared at the vast puddle in front of me and sort of spaced out for a while. Suddenly questioned how I'd even been able to swim a year ago. I never thought of how I swam at all, really. I just swam, as naturally as walking or even breathing. Or at least it should have been. Never could imagine losing the ability. A wave of terror rushed over me. Terror that I might never remember how to swim. The thought stuck in my mind, and I felt an overpowering urge to try it out and make sense, and make sure. I was drawn towards the waves. One step, then another. The surf brushed up against my feet. A second wave washed over my feet, then a third, washing them clean. Okay, you took off your shoes, at the very least. I was about to say, are you just like walking into the ocean with your sneakers on? But I couldn't bring myself to step past that point. The terror rooted me in place. Gah. Tried to force myself to step forward, but just then... Umi-chan was sprinting towards me, a look of alarmed desperation on her face. Huh? Umi-chan? She plowed right into me without slowing down in the slightest. What? Impact sent me reeling, and I fell right into the ocean. Oh, the waves! I'm drowning! Umi-chan dragged me back out onto the shore. Ugh. I thought I was dead.
すみません。止めようとしたんですけど。
We're not dramatically walking off into the sea to die. Don't worry. And tackling me as hard as you could was the best way you could think up to do that?
つい勢いで。
It just happened to drown barely a couple feet out from the shore would really make me a laughingstock, huh? Especially for a former swim club member. My heart ached as I said it. Couldn't believe I had the nerve to even say the word swim club. Yeah, so I would give swimming a try, that's all.
服を着たままなんて危ないです。
That's fine. I might not look it, but I'm actually quite the swimmer. I was just a step away from making it to nationals.
全国大会？あ、そういえば朝のテレビのニュースでもしかしてあれって高原さんの学校だったんですか？
You got it. That was my high school. I was in the swim club until last year. I practiced every day, working towards the tournament. It took everything I had to say it. My legs gave out, and I collapsed to my knees on the sand.
高原さん。
Umi-chan rushed over to me. Sorry, I'm fine. I'm fine, really.
大丈夫って泣いてるじゃないですか。
Huh? I gingerly touched my face and found that it was wet. Well, yeah, you were just in the ocean. trickle of warm water was running down my cheeks. Hadn't even noticed that they were my own tears. Huh? Oh, that's so weird. I tried to smile, but I couldn't tell if I was pulling it off or not. A stream of tears flowed stronger and stronger. What kind of adult am I, right?
高原さん
For real though, I'm fine. Suddenly, my field of vision was overtaken by a gentle, all-encompassing brilliance. And my head was wrapped up in a soft, warm embrace. Huh? Umi-chan held my head in her arms. Umi-chan?
大人でも落ち込むことあると思います
Yeah, we're just really good at hiding it though.
どう言え
So
ば
clearly
いい
you're
の
a
か
failure as an adult because you don't know how to do
わ
that
から
yet.
ないですけど前にある人に言われたことがあるんです高原さん頑張ったんですね
The words nobody would say to me. The words I couldn't bring myself to use. This whole time, I might have been waiting for someone to say them to me. I was stuck, immovable, at a standstill, and I might have wanted somebody to come find me. Now, Umi-chan was here for me, to say them for me. I couldn't stop the laughter from slipping out, and I could tell that there were tears pooling in my eyes. It wasn't like anything had been resolved, yet it felt like I'd finally been rewarded. It felt like I'd been saved. Umi-chan embraced me, gently cradling my head in her arms like an infant. Her warmth and firmness of her grasp brought me an incredible peace of mind, and my tears overflowed. I sobbed without restraint. The tension drained from my body like I'd been freed from the possession of some malevolent spirit. But there was still something lurking in the depths of my heart.
高原さん
Umi-chan sounded worried. I really screwed up with the swimming tournament. I gave in to despair, made a lot of bad choices, and in the end I came here to run away from it all. I love swimming so much, and I've regretted running away from it this whole time. I ran away from everything I loved, and I didn't know what to do next. It spilled out for me naturally, the story kept locked away in the depths of my heart. But after I left, my team made it to nationals. They did better without me around. It's like everything I did, everything I am, it was all for nothing. It's like nobody needs me at all. I quietly, feebly bemoaned my past, like I was confessing some sort of sin. Umi-chan held me close and listened to every word I had to say.
否定なんてしませんよ私はこの夏高原さんと一緒にいられてよかったですだから悲しいことを言わないでくださいいらない人間だなんて言わないでください高原さんがいない夏なんてもう想像できません
Woo! Better than you just, giving the Irish goodbye and all the other outs and just leaving without saying anything. She spoke those words clearly and confidently, more so than all the rest.
高原さんは精一杯頑張ったんです少しくらい休憩したって誰も責めません
Hey, sometimes you just need a sabbatical. Fuck, I just took a month off from work. Was I stressed, overwhelmed, or anything? No, I just wanted a break. It's fine. It's good for your mental health.
そんなことをする人がい
So
た
I'll go
ら
back in 2 days, and that's
私が怒
that's
ります
making me feel bad for my mental health.
だから高原さんも自分を責めないでください私は高原さんを怒りたくありません
Yeah, that's for sure. I don't want you to get mad at me either. I let out a frail laugh. I don't want to let her see my tear-stained face, so I wrapped my arms around her, too. Disgraceful as I was, Unichan gave me a squeeze and gently stroked my head for what seemed like hours. That night, the shame. I mean, seriously. Just remembering the events of the afternoon had me blushing so hard I thought my face would melt. I mean, a little girl who's at least several years my junior hugged me and petted my head and everything. And yet, it really was comforting. I guess the upside's that after embarrassment like that, nothing can scare you anymore. Somehow, hitting rock bottom gave me that bit of energy I needed to fight back again. Felt like I'd died and been resurrected. I gotta keep it together. Smack myself on the cheeks. Huh? Yeah!
悲鳴なんて後
No, that was definitely the right moment for a shriek.
早く来てテレビテレビ
Ah, the TV. Wait! My towel's gonna fall off!
タオルなんていいから早く
I care!
よかったまだやってた
Who still? A familiar face was on the living room TV. It's one of my former teammates from the swim club. Looked like they were doing a follow-up report on the morning's tournament newses. What? On the morning's tournament newses. News? News. I don't know why I tried to pluralize news. Weird.
これ高原さんのいた水泳部ですよね準優勝だったそうですよ
Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, second place. Looking a bit closer, it was written on the news ticker. The captain was being interviewed about their second place finish. He was a boy from the same grade as me. Second place. Are you kidding me? You got that close to winning it all and missed it by a hair? So damn close. Didn't even realize what I was saying. I genuinely felt that way. I was frustrated. Almost like I was the one who'd been competing. My former captain wasn't smiling, even though his results were more than worthy of a boast or two. I could tell from here how frustrated he was that he couldn't take that one final step to victory. I was relieved. Without him in charge, they'd take that last step next time for sure. Oh, with him in charge. I think I said without at first. I'm like, no, that's not right. Maybe just a little bit jealous.
高原さん
It's okay. I'm good. I was just feeling a bit sentimental.
はいそうですね
Chen was glued to the TV too. Just then, somebody passed the captain a microphone. I guess he was making a statement. He looked straight into the camera and then...
おい高原見てるか
Huh? I was shocked. Chen must have been surprised too, and turned to look at me.
俺たちやっとここまで来たぞあと一歩のとこで優勝は逃したけどなでもそれはお前がいなかったせいだ
What is that? It was so sudden. Of course it threw me off guard. Passed the mic to the next member.
去年はお前にばかり責任を感じさせ悪かった
俺たちが頼りなかったばっかりにお前に変なプレッシャーをかけちまってただから俺たち必死に練習して強くなったんだ
でも一歩足りなかったやっぱりお前がいないとダメみたいだ
だから俺たちはいつでも待ってる
そういうわけだからさっさと帰ってこい来年は一緒に優勝するぞ
They all got so close to the camera as they spoke, they were practically pressing their faces to the lenses. I could tell that the cameraman was freaking out even from the other side of the screen. Something warm and wet was dripping down my cheeks. Those morons. Isn't this a nationwide broadcast? They didn't even know I'd be watching. But they're making a mess of it anyway.
高原さんよかったですね皆さん待ってるって言ってますよ
Sniff. Once again, I couldn't stop my tears. Just how much did I cry today anyway? Can I swim again?
私 高原さんが泳ぐの見てみたいです。すごく速いんですよね。
That was a pathetic mess of tears. Tears of happiness. I really am an idiot.
そうですね。
Umi-chan was smiling. I turned back to the TV and faced my friends, not even wiping my tears away. I wanted to answer their call.
休憩は終わりですね。
Yeah. Yeah. Umi-chan stroked my head again. I agreed, over and over, sobbing as she showered me with kindness. I'll go home. Back to them. But there's still one thing I have to do first. Put some clothes on, finish your bath. I woke up feeling refreshed. It was like the dull, cloudy feelings I'd been plagued with up until yesterday had never existed at all. I sat up, full of energy. Alright. My body felt light. Felt like I'd been reborn. Actually, maybe I really had been reborn on this island. But I wasn't done yet. Morning.
おはようございます。すっかり元気になったみたいですね。
Yeah, thanks to you.
傷ついた羽は癒えましたか？
Yeah, that phrase sure takes me back.
これで安心して帰れますね。
Umi-chan was smiling, but she sounded a bit lonely. I turned to face her and shook my head. I'm not going back quite yet. There's something I have to do first.
何ですか？
Umi-chan stared at me blankly, and I looked her in the eye. I'd like you to help me with it.
え？
I brought Umi-chan out to the elementary school pool.
こんなとこ勝手に入っちゃっていいんですか？
Yeah, it's fine. I actually got permission already. I went to ask at the town hall, and they talked to the school about it for me. I managed to score myself a proper pool to use. I mean, it is like an elementary school pool though, so it's not like it's not Olympic length. You'd probably be able to like dart yourself across it as like an actual swim member in like 2 seconds. There's only one thing I could be here to do, of course. I'm gonna teach myself how to swim like I used to.
本当にやるんですか？
You said it yourself, right? Break time's over.
言いましたけど。
And you said you wanted to see me swim too.
高原さん。
This is the bare minimum if I'm gonna go back and swim with those guys again. If I went back as is, I'd just slow them down. Taking advantage of their kindness like that would be too selfish.
わかりました。私は何をすればいいんですか？
Hold the life ring in case I drown. Use this to keep time for me. I passed Umi-chan a stopwatch. I borrowed it from the town hall too. They taught me how to use it and everything. It's a stopwatch, my guy. You push the button and it goes. I got right to it, stripping off my clothes. What are you so embarrassed about? I'm wearing a swimsuit, you know?
そうですけど、いきなりだったから。
Alright, what kind of swimsuit? You wearing trunks? You got a Speedo on? You got the kind of, they're more like athletic, like almost like boxer briefs, but they're like swim trunk ones. Like they're really skin tight, but it's not quite a Speedo. They're a little bit longer. Come on, we've bathed together, haven't we?
その言い方は語弊があります。とにかくタイム測りますから。
Yeah, thanks. I looked down into the water from the pool's edge. It was the right season for swimming, so it'd been thoroughly cleaned and the water was fresh and clear. I could clearly see to the bottom. And yet somehow, it looked like a swampy, bottomless abyss to me.
どうしたんですか？
Umi-chan,
はい。
what should I do? The water's scaring me.
さっきまでのかっこいい高原さんどこ行ったんですか？
Honestly, I thought I could get through it by riding the momentum, but yeah, no, this is scary. Yup.
情けないこと言ってないで早く水に入ってください。
Right. Gotta do some warm-ups first.
いいから早く入
Yeah! What are you doing? Drowning?
れ。小学生のプールですから。
Yeah,
足
just
つき
stand
ま
up.
すよね。
It's probably like 4 feet deep. Ah. I stood up. It was crazy shallow. Like, up to my waist or so.
早く泳いでください。ビート板いりますか？
Nah, I'm good. I'll swim. Don't knock the kickboard, though. It's really good for cardio. That's what I did when I was back home. I'd either, when I was up at the lake, I would grab the kickboard, or back home at the pool. No, wait, I had it backwards. Back home at the pool, I had the kickboard. Up the lake, I had like one of those boat seat kind of life preserver things where it's just like a square float with like straps. I would hold on to that to keep myself buoyant, and then I would do all my swimming with just my legs. Really work on my leg strength and my cardio at the same time. Because my arms are fine, but I got some like good results from it. Like my quads, like my thighs, they're getting like nice and defined after like 2 weeks of doing that. We didn't have a giant pool. It was probably like 40 feet, down. So I would do like 10 back and forths, and then I would try to do at least 3 reps of that, sometimes longer. So that was like a good amount of distance. I think that's close to like half a mile. I think it's a little less if you add it up. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, that should be about half a mile. It'd be like, let's see, 10 back and forths, 40 feet. That'd be about 800 feet. It'd be like 2,400. Yeah, it's about half a mile. Oh my god, I'd get out of the pool though, and my legs would be like, oh, I can't stand. And then I'd get inside and be like, holy shit, I'm sweating like a dog. Because when you're exercising in the water, you don't really feel yourself sweating like that, because the water's there to cool you down. But once you get out and you can actually feel what your body temperature is, you're like, fuck. Oh, also, let's talk about being out at the pool. My legs got sunburnt real bad when I was like lifeguarding for my nephew's birthday party, but also I was wearing my Crocs that day, and I still have on the tops of both my feet. I'm taking them off so I can look at them. You can't see it, no feet cam. Sorry. I have polka dot tan lines on my feet from the holes in the Crocs. So that's a Joe fact for you right now. I desperately paddled away. My terror of the water was very much still a thing. That was probably why I ran out of breath so quickly. It's like I wasn't in control of my own body. I couldn't move freely.
高原さん、頑張れ！
I heard Umi-chan cheering for me. Her voice actually made me feel even more pressure. I stiffened up, and my form got even worse. In the end, I couldn't bear it. Stood up halfway across the pool.
ああ、もうちょっとだったのに。
No, not even close. Wouldn't even call that swimming.
こんな弱気にならないでくださいよ。
Maybe I'm throwing myself into this too suddenly. I started whining.
わかりました。それじゃあ、私も一緒に泳ぎます。
Huh? You'll swim too? Umi-chan started stripping off her clothes. Huh? What are you?
Hey!
Whoa! I reflexively covered my eyes.
何やってるんですか？
I mean, you're naked.
そんなわけないでしょう。ちゃんと見てください。
Huh?
じゃーん！
Oh, a swimsuit? You wearing one under your
プ
clothes?
ールだって言うから一応下に着てたんです。じゃなきゃここで脱ぐわけないじゃないですか。私それほど子供じゃないですよ。
Yeah, we may be out in the country right now, but you can't go skinny dipping in the elementary school swimming pool. You gotta at least go to like a creek to do that. Oh, fair enough. I thought you're still a kid in my book for a moment, but I decided to leave that unsaid. I learned the disasters that loose lips can cause all too well since I've come to this island. So, You're wearing a swimsuit. What now?
私に泳ぎ方を教えてください。
Wait, you mean me? Teaching you?
はい。人に教えると自分の勉強になるって言うじゃないですか。
You're not wrong, but, you know, learning to swim versus competitive swim are like two entirely different things. Like professional swimmers, they do like that weird dolphin shit where they don't like kick their legs, they like fucking wiggle them. Like you're not doing the breaststroke. You're doing like that weird shit where you're popping in and out of the water. Like I don't even know how to swim like that. It's wacky. But apparently like mechanically and like water resistance wise, it's like the best way to do it. Oh yeah, that's true. Teaching her might be just the thing I need to remember my own proper form. Okay, now let's give it a try.
はい。
Hey, Umi-chan? Thanks.
お礼なんていいですよ。それより早くやりましょう。
Alright. First up's the flutter kick. I spent the whole rest of the day in the pool, practicing away until the sunset. Hope you put on sunscreen. Alright, it's a brand new day. Let's do this! Ah, but man, the pool is a lot more crowded and lively than it had been the day before. Yup! Word spreads fast here, so fast here, it's scary. Apparently, at least a couple people had seen yesterday's broadcast and more or less figured out my circumstances. Then they gathered up everyone they knew and came over to help me out.
この島で秘密を持てると思うなよ。
いい仲間が待っているじゃないか。
Yeah, thankfully enough.
それにしてもあんたって水泳選手だったのね。
I was a swimmer, really.
だが戻るんだろ。
Yeah, once I can actually swim again. As I spoke, all the members of the Youth Association glanced at each other, nodded, smiled.
てなわけで、こっちの仲間も協力させてもらうぜ。
Help me out?
いやっ
Two of them stripped down to their swim
と、同
trunks.
じ泳ぐにしても、張り合いがあった方がいいだろ。
微力だが力を貸そう。
You guys.
言っとくけど、島育ちなめんなよ。
この島の海で培った泳力は伊達じゃない。
Thanks. This will really help me out.
あたしタイム測るわね。
じゃあ行きますよ。よーい。
I only had a few days left on this island. Summer vacation that felt like it would go on forever was almost at an end. I was genuinely grateful that I could spend what little time I had left with everyone like this. My time's just not going down. The fear of the water had more or less passed, but I still couldn't get the sort of times I used
こ
to.
のタイムじゃダメなのか
You're out of shape, dude.
ずいぶん早いように思うの
You
だ
haven't
が
been swimming for a year. You've lost your gains. It sucks, but you gotta build that shit back up. Compared to the times I got last year, it's pitifully slow. Now, the gap in my training has really taken a lot out of me. I mean, my stamina isn't what it used to be either. It's painfully easy to see the consequences of my lack of training. But all I could do was go for it. Orochi, Tenzen, up for another
こ
round?
っちは全然元気だぜ。
特訓としてもまだ朝飯前だ。
Alright, let's go!
高原さん、頑張れ。
負けるか。
さすが漁師の息子よね。荒波の中でも泳げるだけあって力強いフォームね。
そんな泳ぎ方では余計な水の抵抗を生むだけ。腕の振りはこうスマートに。
全然できてないんだけど。
卓球のフォームは全てに通ずるのだ。
それはどうかわからんが、いい勝負だぞ。
I mean, using a ping pong paddle, like to help push you, probably isn't like the worst idea. You know, it's got a lot of surface area. As if I'd lose! Orochi was going weirdly fast in spite of swimming with a butterfly stroke, and Tenzin was somehow managing to swim too, despite his form being an absolute nightmare. And of course, I had my own pride as a former swim team member. Absolutely refused to lose to these weirdos. Before I knew it, the island kids had all gathered up and started cheering for me.
でっかいタイが釣れたから持ってきてやったぞ。
When we stopped for a break, the islanders brought over a bunch of provisions for
でっ
us.
かいクマが取れたから熊鍋にするべ。
Huh? Wait, there are bears on this island?
おなじみ定食出前してやったぞ。
Oh, nice. Like the whole island was stopping by to cheer me on. I was a bit annoyed, sure. But I was 1,000 times more grateful. I doubt there's bear that's on this island. It's been inhabited for too long. Like, hell, probably by the time Shiki's time, way back when, they probably killed all the big predators. It's like how Japan doesn't have a wolf population anymore. They're functionally extinct. Though there's occasionally, like, potential sightings every once in a while, but they're probably just like misidentified wild dogs. But it's interesting. You know, they should probably get them back. It's like really important for like an ecosystem. It's like how if there's like nothing to hunt deer, they just like population explodes out of control. They eat all the undershrub. Like it like completely collapses the ecosystem. All right, one last round before lunch.
まだやんの？もう20分以上。死ぬ。
Let's go.
位置についてよーい。
How's my time?
やっぱり一緒。
Right. My time had gone back to normal, to an extent, but I was running up against a barrier I couldn't seem to break through. As it was, my time was still thoroughly mediocre. Maybe that was to be expected, with such a big gap in my training. I wanted to break through that at all costs for the sake of everyone who'd come out to help me. It's been one day, dude! You're not gonna see results like that!
高原、今日はもう時間切れじゃないか？そうね。もう暗くなってきたし。
Like, sure, you might have, like, refined your form after training all day, but, like, your body, like, physically your muscles aren't up to snuff right now. I guess, yeah. The kids who came to cheer for me went home a while back. I feel bad if I made the youth association team stick with me much longer. I guess I'll call it for today. We can pick it up again tomorrow, right?
そうしよう。もう喧嘩。
いい時になったぞ。
Sorry to make you two work yourselves to exhaustion.
夏休みはまだ何日かあるからきっと大丈夫ですよ。
Ubi-chan encouraged me with a smile. Yeah, you're right. I'll give it my all again tomorrow.
じゃあ帰ってご飯にしましょう。おいしいチャーハン作りますから。
I'm gonna do just a little bit of review first. I'll head back after I swim another length. You can go ahead and head home first, Ubi-chan.
それなら私も付き合いますよ。帰るところは一緒なんですから。
I'm really just going for one more round. You should head home first and start cooking.
そうですか？じゃあ
I don't know, even if it's like a shallow kiddie pool, and mix together shallow and kiddie into shitty. Kiddie pool like this, you still shouldn't swim alone. Now that's part of why I got that like the kickboard and like the little life preserver thing to have them with me when I swim too. So that way, if I cramp up, I don't just like drown in the pool because I'm out there by myself. You know, shit's dangerous. Hell, I got really bad calf cramps sometimes towards the end of my sets. Like I'd have to stop and just hold on to the float and be like, ah. like calves tightening up, my foot's like turning inwards, like the entire bottom half of my leg is like seizing up. Oh, that shit hurt like a motherfucker. Sorry to be so selfish. Thanks.
じゃあまた明日な。
お疲れ。じゃあお先に。
Umi-chan and the others looked a bit concerned about me, but headed home together.
早く服を着ろ。
Orochi was shot the moment he stepped outside the pool area, and I was left alone. Having everybody around was nice, but there's still one thing I wanted to try. Visualization. I concentrated, trying to envision as clear an image of the way I used to swim as I could manage. Considering how tired I was, it's the perfect moment to remember my proper form without getting all tense. Even the form I visualized felt subtly wrong somehow. Feels like I'm almost there. So close to grasping something. Didn't really put it into words, but my body was on the verge of remembering it. I guess I'll... Oh, the alarm I set's going off. Hello, Superman by Goldfinger. Nothing like a little ska to get you up in the morning, you know? I guess I just have to relax as much as I can and swim. I wasn't trying to swim fast. Rather, I was focused on my form alone. I kept swimming. Ah, crap, no good. Thought I was so close, too. Still wasn't coming back to me. I was sure I was only a tiny step away, but I wonder how long I've been at it. If I stayed out too late, I'd make Umi-chan worry about me again. I knew it was well past time to call it quits, but I kept telling myself just one more, over and over. It was hard to stop. Just one more for real. This is the last lap. But just as I was telling myself that, I realized there was somebody by the pool. For a moment, I thought Umi-chan had gotten worried and came back, but I was wrong. Shiraho was standing by the pool. Why are you...
水の音がしたから。
Ah. Hey, Japu.
え？何？
Never mind. Long story. Sorry, did I scare you? I did get permission, for what it's worth.
曲がってる。
Huh? Bent?
そう。手はしっかり伸ばして、伸びきった時に少し間を置く。あなたが教えてくれたことだよ。
Ah. Oh, so Shiraho actually remembered that. Way back when I first arrived on this island, I found her swimming at night in this pool, just like I was doing now. And I gave her some advice. Were my arms really bending?
うん。ちょっとだけだけど。
Yeah, in times like this when you're working on form, it really helps to, like, one, either have someone else look at you and tell you what you're doing, or two, just record yourself on your phone. Because you'll be doing stuff you don't even realize you're doing. You see it a lot with people practicing their golf swing. They'll set up their phone on like a little tripod and record it and then look back at it and be like, oh man, I really am fucking like picking up my head when I like swing back, aren't I? Oh, I see. That might be why something felt subtly off. Not being able to put my own advice into practice made me feel a bit silly. Well, I'll give it a try. I focused on that point and swam around a bit. Ah. After a few strokes, something clicked. It's like I've been struck by lightning. I stopped and stood up.
どうしたの？
That's it. Just now. I think I
う
remembered.
まく泳げたってこと？
Probably, yeah. I've been swimming all day and something felt a bit wrong the whole time. That felt just now... It was the first time I'd really felt like I grasped something. As long as I didn't forget that feeling, most likely.
私の言いたかったのはそれだけだから。じゃあ。
With that, Shiraha curtly spun about and walked away. Ah, Shiraha! Thanks, that was super helpful.
別に早く泳げるようになれば早く帰ると思っただけだし。
Yeah, she wants to use the pool, so get the fuck out. And that's so. Well, thanks to you, I think I should really be able to go back pretty soon.
そう。じゃあ、頑張ってね。
Huh? Shira vanished into the darkness, leaving a mysterious sense of her presence in her wake. Yeah, thanks. I'll do my best for sure. Hey, Umchan, wanna help me out with my training?
いいですけど、私に何かできるんですか？
Yeah, while we're heading to the pool, I want you to ride on me.
なんですと？
Ride on my shoulders. It'll help me train my core, and should work on my back muscles and abs too.
別にいいですけど、
Not like you've never ridden on my shoulders before, right?
一応言っておきますけど、それなりに恥ずかしいんですよ。
Is it? Alright, come on, mount up.
すごいスルーされたよ。恥ずかしいって言ってるのに。はあ、仕方ありませんね。
In spite of her grumbles, Umichan climbed up onto my
乗
shoulders.
りましたけど、これで何をするんですか？
Run. Here we go, Umichan. Hope you don't mind a bit of a breeze. I set off at a run with Umichan on my shoulders.
待ってください。これすごく恥ずかしいですよ。
It's training! Training!
なんかいろんな人に見られてますよ。
They probably just think you're pretending to be a super strict coach or something, so it's fine.
意味がわかりません。
Ha 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 ha. Those were puffs, not laughs. It's like, ha ha ha. I focused on my back muscles and my abs, and tried to run without bounding up and down too much. Umichan's extra weight made it a bit harder on my legs, too. This might actually make for pretty decent training. Yep, I got a weighted vest that sometimes I put on when I go for runs. If I'm really trying to, like, I don't know, I guess it helps for endurance, you know, if you're able to run with, 30 extra pounds, once you take it off, it's like, oh man, I feel like I'm fucking flying. Looking good. Thanks, Umichan.
もうやけです。高原さん、頑張れ。もっと速く走
On it.
れ。ちょっと遠回りして坂道を走ってください。特訓です。
Brutal. Huh? Run up a hill with you on my shoulders?
容赦はしません。
Got it. Here we go!
うわ、速くなった。速い。空を飛んでるみたい。
I could hear Umichan laughing with delight above me. She really sounded like she was having a blast. I couldn't tell what sort of face she was making, given that she was on my shoulders and all. But her laughter had me smiling before I knew it. This was supposed to be training, but I ended up feeling fulfilled in a sort of different way. And then, at the pool.
高原さん、頑張
How'd I do?
れ。またベスト更新よ。
Hell yeah! Shira's advice from yesterday was apparently right on the mark, and I managed to cut my time down by another level. Well, it's only my personal best on the silent, though. My actual personal best was still a long ways away. It was only natural, considering the gap in my training, but I figured that as long as I had everyone here helping me out, I might as well shoot for an actual new personal best. I've gotten a bit overambitious, maybe.
泳いでる高原さんはまるで高原さんじゃないみたいですね。
In, like, a philosophical sense?
かっこいい高原さんは高原さんじゃない。
Yeah, you're actually doing something you're good at instead of just like being a bum. Doesn't that mean you think I'm cool when I'm swimming?
はい、泳いでいる高原さんはかっこいいですよ。
I think I might just set another personal best next round. Getting actual, unqualified praise from Umi-chan made me really happy. Huh? Wait, did that really count as unqualified? Alright, one more
うむ
round.
気力充実という感じだな。
待ってまだ2人が来
I'd been swimming with Ruichi and Tenzin, who finally made it back to the start line.
全然ダメだ。
もう俺たちじゃ高原についていけないようだな。
役立たずですまん。
Nah, having you guys along with me this whole time really helped. Seriously, thank you. All that was left was to battle with my own record. I'll try swimming by myself from now on. Ao, can you keep
た
time?
任せてコンマの誤差もないくらい完璧なタイム測ってあげるわ
How was that?
惜しいあともうちょい
No good, huh? I improved my time further and further, but my personal best was still out of my reach. I'd gone far enough that I was really just a hair's away, though.
でも自己ベストまであと1秒もないのだろう。それなら上出来なのではないか。
Nah, second's huge in swimming. I want to leave a real concrete record for myself on this island, no matter what it took. I've gotten pretty stubborn about it.
とはいうものの、今日も日が傾いてきたしな。
それにハイリーも一日中泳いでてさすがに体力の限界だろ。
True enough. It certainly was getting late, and I may well have passed the limit of my endurance some time ago. Sitting it out any longer out of stubbornness might be totally pointless. It's probably detrimental, too. You'll just hurt your muscles. I glanced over at Umi-chan.
頑張ってください
Yeah, I'll keep it up for one more round. Orochi, Tenzin, mind swimming with me?
そりゃまあいいけど。
俺たちもたっぷり休憩をとって体力が回復してるとはいえ、今の高原についていけるとは思えないが。
That's fine, you don't have to. Just swimming with me is enough. I had a feeling that power me up on its own.
そういうことなら最後に3人で泳ぐか。
そうしよう。
Thanks, guys.
では最後の1本だな。
お、来い。
位置についてよーい
I felt myself naturally kick off the starting block before the sound of the whistle even consciously registered with me. Even after I plunged into the water, my body moved on its own devices. My body slipped forward, faster and faster as if water resistance had lost all meaning. It was incredibly quiet. The sounds I made as I sped through the water felt like they were coming from somewhere inside me. In that silent world, I found myself thinking back on everything that happened since I came to this island. Why would I think about that at a time like this? Was it proof I was concentrating hard? That I wasn't concentrating at all? I went through so much here. I made so many friends, and had so much fun. I'd been frustrated and suffering as well, perhaps. But all that was already just another good memory now. And now, it seems that my swimming club's still willing to call me one of them. The myriad of experiences I had here flashed through my mind, like shadows cast by a revolving lantern. At some point along the way, I passed by Ruichi and Tenzin, still swimming the other way. As they swam for dear life, they looked at me and shouted in encouragement. And then,
高原さ
Umi-chan ran along the poolside, keeping pace with me.
ん頑張れ
Even as I scolded her internally for running by the poolside, I was happy. She understood me and acknowledged me more than anyone else. The cheers of that little girl, the girl who found me, filled me with strength. I reached out a hand, as far as I could. After a short pause, I drove it down through the water with all my strength. The advice that Shiraha gave me, my own advice, was completely ingrained in my muscle memory. And as everyone's help and encouragement washed over me, I reached the goal. Ugh. I stood and looked up. Now checked the stopwatch and showed it to Umi.
高原さん
Umi-chan's face lit up with a brilliant smile as she looked over at me. Huh. In that moment, I really was happy from the bottom of my heart. I learned what it was like to be truly speechless. I clenched my fists and raised them above my head. And so, the last task on this island was over. The time seemed to fly by after that. Before I knew it, the last day of summer vacation had arrived. The day I had to go home, like it or not. Astonishingly enough, pretty much everyone on the island came to see me off at the harbor. Like, really, it was a big enough crowd that it seemed like literally everybody showed up. And all for me. The scene overwhelmed me. For me, who almost never went halfway through the went home halfway through the summer, who came to this island to run away. It was an unimaginably extravagant spectacle. Thank you all for everything.
聞こえん
Huh?
人が多すぎて後ろの方は聞こえないみたいだぞ。
Yeah, project from your diaphragm. Seriously?
高原、最後なんだ。思いっきりやれ。
All the members of the Youth Association nodded in agreement with Tenzin's words. Okay. Thank you very much! I shouted at the top of my lungs. To make sure my feelings would reach the people of this island. No, to make sure they'd reach the island itself. I didn't need some long-winded speech. Those few words carried my feelings for the whole island.
びっくりした。大声にも程があるな。
鼓膜が破れるかと思いました。
That's the lung capacity of a swim team member. Impressed? I'm sure my feelings made it through. To the people of the island. And the island itself.
でも、本当に帰っちゃうのね。
What, gonna miss me?
別に。
Huh? Where's Shira?
船が出る時間は伝えてあるんだが。来てないわね。
I guess not. I wanted to thank her again,
どう
too.
せまた来るだろ。
ああ、しかもきっとすぐに来る。
You might be right there.
次は冬休みか。この島の冬の魚介もまた格別だぞ。
Sounds like I'll have to try it myself then.
あ、また来いよ。
Yeah, for sure. It wasn't like I'd spent an incredibly long time with the members of the Youth Association, but we exchanged smiles anyway. It was sort of a mysterious feeling. Felt like I'd known them for ages. So on one hand, I was sad, but on the other, not at all. After all, I'd see them again soon. I knew that for sure. Somehow, I just knew it.
ハイリ君、そろそろ時間よ。
Ah, right. Alright, Umi-chan. I was about to turn around and say my goodbyes to Umi-chan too, when suddenly... A tiny, warm bundle of happiness clung to me from behind. I knew in an instant that it was Umi-chan. Umi-chan? What's wrong? She stayed stuck to my back, squeezing me tightly. She buried her face into my back. I could feel her breath, along with something warm and damp. Like, quit chewing on my shirt. What are you, a goat? I just stood there, letting her cling to me. I wanted to say something profound or clever, but nothing came to mind. And yet, somehow, I had a feeling that just by sticking to each other like this, we were communicating all that needed to be said.
ありがとう。
In the end, Umi-chan let out a single sentence. I should be the one saying that. It really was a fun summer vacation. Umi-chan nodded, her face still buried in my back. I felt a warmth again. I figured she might be crying. I'll come again.
うん。うん。
Okay. See you soon.
ちょっとだけ。バイバイ。
Yeah. In just a little while. Bye-bye.
ハイリ君、船が出るわよ。
Yeah, they can't wait all day for you to be fucking sappy and dramatic like this. Be right there! Sorry, Yumi-chan. I have to get going. The ferry set sail. The harbor and the island drifted off into the distance. See you all soon! I leaned out as far as I could over the deck's railing and waved to everyone that came to see me off. Umi-chan was standing on her own, a little ways away from everyone else. She came out onto the docks, as close as she could get, to see me off. She held her hat down with one hand to make sure the sea breeze wouldn't snatch it away. And she smiled at me. Then, still smiling, she pointed at something. I looked over in that direction and saw... Shiraha. She didn't say a word, but she was looking at me. She came to see me off after all. Shiraha! Thank you! She must have heard me and waved. Then I looked back to Umi-chan. Umi-chan, see you again!
はいまた夏に
We promised to meet again someday. The lesson I learned on that island this summer was all too small and all too brilliant. I knew it would shine on within me, now and forever.
田原さん
She looked straight at me, the little girl who taught it to me. Then she lowered her gaze, almost regretfully.
ありがとう
Huh? Her words were swept away by the wind, and as I tried to shout back to her, the wind blew once more. Cold sea breeze that stung my eyes. I shut them for just a moment. And when I opened them again, Umi-chan was nowhere to be seen. What? The harbor faded further and further into the distance. I'm just gonna assume she, like, ran away back into the crowd, and not that she, like, actually just disappeared, because that'd be weird. Along with my irreplaceable memories. The ferry left the island behind. It left behind Torichirojima, along with all the memories and all the precious things that gave them to me. Things that... What? And all the precious things that gave them to me. Yeah, I read that right, okay. That island, so nostalgic, even though it was the first time I'd been there. Hooray! We did it! Epilogue? Or straight to title? Straight to title. Alright. Alright, everybody. That is Umi's little route done. Pretty good for like a common end, you know, quote unquote route, a non-heroine end, just a little aside, get a little character development between the two of them, which, for seeing each other every single day and being involved in like every single scene in the morning at night, we don't really hang out with Umi that much during like, the regular game, so that was good. I liked it. Short too. What is this, part 3? This shit was done in like 5 hours. Ugh. That's a good thing, I think. Didn't need to drag it out for too long. Do what we needed to do. Heck, it could have been even shorter, like my little gripe at the beginning of the episode about, last episode and that whole, like, middle bit. But, hey, it all tied together. It was nice. I liked it. Maybe we'll get more in the, like, Alka route here that we're about to hop into next time. But, yeah. Just wanted to make sure we tied up all those little bows before we moved on into the true proper end route, so that way we didn't like pop back to Umi's route for like a, I don't know, weird like aside, be like, oops, we forgot to do this, let's just do it real quick, like, okay, now bye guys, after we do whatever dramatic true end reveals we get, where it might feel like a little awkward to then go back and do Umi's route after. So I feel like we are now fully prepared to hop into Alka here and see what the fuck that is, what it means, because I don't know. I don't. We're going in fully blind, so hopefully it's something good. I'm looking forward to doing it, but ladies and gentlemen, that will have to be next time. So before we go, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Check out the Discord link in the description down below and become a member today, and give me your money. And maybe at a fan meet and greet, I'll bring my, Mark II iced cream that isn't all kind of crunchy and icy, and we can all share it together after you pay me money. It'll be members only, of course. No one's allowed in for free. You gotta fork it over. Mainly because those ingredients are kind of expensive. Okay, not really. The heavy whipping cream was probably like, actually no, it was the vanilla extract. The vanilla extract was like fucking $14 because I got the real shit. So you better thank me if I ever give you any ice cream. And let me know if you prefer it to be more of a custard base or more of like a cream base. Maybe we'll throw up a poll, on the channel. Be like, do you prefer custard based or just like regular ice cream? Or are you a frozen yogurt or sherbet kind of person? Anywho, now we're just rambling, so I'm gonna go. I need to get ready for my interview, finish up my questions that I'm gonna ask and kind of do like a dry run in my head, so that way it's not a waste of time and I actually get enough information, because afterwards I need to do like a 2 to 3 page paper on my interview, which I think is stupid, but hey, it's what I need to do to get my credits, because I need my credits, because if I don't pass this class, I gotta pay back the money the government, paid for me to take it, which is like $800, and I don't want to do that, so gotta try to keep my grade point average to a B or higher. All right, catch you guys later now. Bye-bye. Mwah.